Lesson 7, Air Travel.
Chicago O'Hare Airport. Checking in.
May I have your ticket, please?
Yes, here you are.
What is your final destination?
Los Angeles.
Do you have any luggage to check through?
Yes, these 2 suitcases.
All right. I'll attach your luggage checks to your ticket folder. You will be departing from Gate 4.
Attention, please. Central Airlines Flight 501 from New York, now arriving at Gate 25.
I want a seat assignment on the Washington plane, please.
All seat assignments are made at the gate.
Where's that?
That's Gate 17. It'll be open in about 10 minutes.
At the gate.
Do you prefer a window or an aisle seat?
Window seat, please.
And would you like to be in the smoking or non-smoking section?
The smoking section.
Seat 7D. Please show this boarding pass to the stewardess. Have a nice flight.
This is the last call for Western Airlines, Flight 857 for Denver and Los Angeles. All passengers, please board at Gate 4.
Preparing to take off. Comments from the stewardess.
Welcome aboard Western Flight 857 from Chicago to Los Angeles, with an intermediate stop in Denver. We are preparing for takeoff in a few minutes.
Thank you.
Please put your seat in an upright position. Fasten your tray to the seat in front of you. Fasten your seatbelt. Please observe the no smoking sign during takeoff and landing. Stow all hand luggage under the seat before takeoff. Regulations require that we call your attention to the exits from the aircraft in case of emergency.
In the air. Comments from the captain.
Good afternoon and welcome aboard Western. I'm Captain Hamilton. Our anticipated flying time today is 4 hours and 5 minutes. We'll be cruising at an altitude of 30,000 feet. We expect to find some cloud cover between Chicago and Denver, but we should have clear skies on the final leg of our flight. Please just sit back and relax and enjoy your flight.
You aren't nervous, are you? May I get you something?
Yes, I'd like a cup of tea, please.
Stewardess,
Yes?
do you have any matches?
Yes, of course. Here you are, sir.
Look, there's the pilot. Nah, that's the co-pilot, I can tell. No, I bet you it's the pilot.
You're right. That is the pilot.
See, I told you it was.
Intermediate stop. Comments from the captain.
We're in our final approach for a landing at Denver's Stapleton Airfield. We expect to be on the ground for about 25 minutes. Los Angeles passengers, please take your boarding passes with you to facilitate your return to the aircraft. And to those of you with a Denver destination, your captain and crew wish to say thank you for flying Western.
Approaching final destination.
How long will it be before we're in Los Angeles? We're a few minutes ahead of time. We should be there in about 15 minutes.
This is your captain again. We expect to land at Los Angeles International Airport at 3:04 p.m. We have clear skies and a temperature of 80 degrees. We hope you'll enjoy your stay, and again, thank you for flying Western.
Questions frequently asked at the airport. You are a passenger who wishes to buy a round-trip ticket from Chicago to Honolulu, Hawaii. You have one suitcase to check through. These are some questions that you might be asked. At the ticket counter.
Listen.
Do you have a ticket?
No, I don't.
Have you made a reservation?
No, I haven't.
What is your destination?
Honolulu.
Do you want to fly coach or first class?
Coach, please.
Would you like to make a return reservation?
Yes, I would.
What day will you be returning?
On Sunday, July 19th.
How do you want to pay?
Cash.
Do you have any luggage to check through?
Yes, I have one suitcase.
Where's your suitcase?
Right here.
Will you put your suitcase on the scale, please?
Okay.
At the gate. Listen.
May I see your ticket, please?
Yes, here it is.
Do you need a seat assignment?
Yes.
Do you want a window or an aisle seat?
Either one.
Do you want to be in the smoking or non-smoking section?
The non-smoking section, please.
Will you open your suitcase for inspection, please?
Yes, of course.
Will you please show your boarding pass to the stewardess?
Very well. Thank you.
Coach or first class?
By check. I'll use a credit card.
Practice drills and exercises. 1. Practice with the present perfect. Answer the questions in the affirmative. Follow the models.
1. Have you ever flown before?
Oh, yes, I've flown for years.
Oh, yes, I've flown for years.
Oh, yes, I've flown for years.
2. Do you own a typewriter?
Oh, yes, I've owned one for years.
Oh, yes, I've owned one for years.
Oh, yes, I've owned one for years.
Now do the exercise.
1. Have you ever flown before?
Oh, yes, I've flown for years.
2. Do you own a typewriter?
Oh, yes, I've owned one for years.
3. Did you know John before?
Oh, yes, I've known him for years.
4. Have you ever played the piano before?
Oh, yes, I've played it for years.
5. Have you ever stayed at the Jefferson Hotel?
Oh, yes, I've stayed there for years.
6. Do you drive a car?
Oh, yes, I've driven one for years.
7. Have you ever worn a wristwatch?
Oh, yes, I've worn one for years.
8. Have you ever used a computer before?
Oh, yes, I've used one for years.
2. Past tense and past perfect. Use the cue expressions and form sentences as in the models. Listen to the models.
See something.
We saw something we'd never seen before.
We saw something we'd never seen before.
We saw something we'd never seen before.
Need something.
We needed something we'd never needed before.
We needed something we'd never needed before.
We needed something we'd never needed before.
Now you do the exercise.
See something.
We saw something we'd never seen before.
Need something.
We needed something we'd never needed before.
Go somewhere.
We went somewhere we'd never gone before.
Do something.
We did something we'd never done before.
Drink something.
We drank something we'd never drunk before.
Order something.
We ordered something we'd never ordered before.
Meet someone.
We met someone we'd never met before.
Hear something.
We heard something we'd never heard before.
Call someone.
We called someone we'd never called before.
3. The future continuous. Substitute. Listen to the models.
We'll be leaving in a few minutes.
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 Depart.
We'll be departing in a few minutes.
We'll be departing in a few minutes.
We'll be departing in a few minutes.
Now do the exercise.
We'll be leaving in a few minutes.
We'll be leaving in a few minutes.
Depart.
We'll be departing in a few minutes.
Go.
We'll be going in a few minutes.
Arrive.
We'll be arriving in a few minutes.
Land.
We'll be landing in a few minutes.
Leave.
We'll be leaving in a few minutes.
Construct sentences using the present continuous and the future continuous. Use he as the subject. Follow the models.
1. Study. Take the exam.
Right now he's studying. Tomorrow at this time he'll be taking the exam.
Right now he's studying. Tomorrow at this time he'll be taking the exam.
Right now he's studying. Tomorrow at this time he'll be taking the exam.
2. Work. Fish.
Right now he's working. Tomorrow at this time he'll be fishing.
Right now he's working. Tomorrow at this time he'll be fishing.
Right now he's working. Tomorrow at this time he'll be fishing.
Now do the exercise.
1. Study. Take the exam.
Right now he's studying. Tomorrow at this time he'll be taking the exam.
2. Work. Fish.
Right now he's working. Tomorrow at this time he'll be fishing.
3. Stay with me. Stay with his grandmother.
Right now he's staying with me. Tomorrow at this time he'll be staying with his grandmother.
4. Eat dinner in London. Eat dinner in New York.
Right now he's eating dinner in London. Tomorrow at this time he'll be eating dinner in New York.
5. Sit on the floor. Sit in his new chair.
Right now he's sitting on the floor. Tomorrow at this time he'll be sitting in his new chair.
6. Buy a camera. Take pictures.
Right now he's buying a camera. Tomorrow at this time he'll be taking pictures.
4. Manner adverbs. Study these tables. Adjective. Fluent. Adverb, formed with ly.
Fluently. Frequent. Frequently. Slow. Slowly. Honest. Honestly. Efficient. Efficiently.
Adjective.
Good.
Adverb without ly.
Well. Fast. Fast. Hard. Hard. Fine. Fine.
straight, straight. Form new sentences with the adverb as in the models. The new adverbs in the last three sentences are formed with ly.
1. He's a fluent speaker.
He speaks fluently.
2. He's a good driver.
He drives well.
3. He's a frequent loser.
He loses frequently.
4. He's a fast reader.
He reads fast.
5. He's a slow walker.
He walks slowly.
6. He's a hard worker.
He works hard.
7. He's an efficient farmer.
He farms efficiently.
8. He's a good painter.
He paints well.
9. He's a careful planner.
He plans carefully.
10. He's a heavy smoker.
He smokes heavily.
11. He's a sensible buyer.
He buys sensibly.
5. Manner adverbials. By plus noun phrase. Use the cue word in forming an answer. Listen to the model.
1. How did he come? Plane.
He came by plane.
He came by plane.
He came by plane.
Now you do the exercise.
1. How did he come? Plane.
He came by plane.
2. How did she go? Bus.
She went by bus.
3. How did you travel? Car.
I traveled by car.
4. How did they get there? Streetcar.
They got there by streetcar.
5. How did he get to the hotel? Taxi.
He got to the hotel by taxi.
6. How did you come downtown? Subway.
I came downtown by subway.
Form a second sentence as in the models. Listen.
1. He paid by writing a check.
He paid by check.
He paid by check.
He paid by check.
2. We got there by taking the subway.
We got there by subway.
We got there by subway.
We got there by subway.
Now do the exercise.
1. He paid by writing a check.
He paid by check.
2. We got there by taking the subway.
We got there by subway.
3. The clerk made the reservation by using the computer.
The clerk made the reservation by computer.
4. I always get to work by riding the bus.
I always get to work by bus.
5. I went to Paris by taking the train.
I went to Paris by train.
6. He always goes to work by riding his bicycle.
He always goes to work by bicycle. Reply using by plus noun phrase. Then add another sentence. Listen to the models.
1. How did you tell her, by letter or by phone?
By phone. I called her last night.
2. How did you get there, by car or by bus?
By bus. I took the 4:15 bus. Now do the exercise.
1. How did you tell her, by letter or by phone? 2. How did you get there? By car or by bus? 3. How did you send the letter? By regular mail or by airmail? 4. How did you come? By train or by plane? 5. How did you hear the news? By reading it or by hearing it on the radio? 6. How did you come to work? By walking or by taking a cab?
Answer the questions. Use by plus noun phrase in your reply. Listen to the examples.
1. How can you talk with someone in Bangkok?
By phone, or by telephoning, or by using the phone. Now you do the exercise.
2. What is the fastest way to get from one place to another?
3. How can you order a mini computer from a company in Chicago?
4. How do you get to work every day?
5. How can you get money from your checking account?
6. Answering questions at the airport. You have arrived at the Los Angeles airport. You wish to take a plane to Chicago, and you wish to go by way of Denver. You have a small suitcase which you wish to carry on the plane and 2 suitcases which you want to check through.
Listen to the model.
I'd like a ticket to Chicago, please. I also want to stop over in Denver for a day. Is that possible?
Oh, yes, that's no problem.
What time is the next plane today?
At 1:50, and there's another at 4 o'clock. When would you like to go?
Take the part of the passenger and answer the questions which you are asked at the airport. In a few places, you will need to make a polite comment. At the ticket counter. Ready? Begin.
Oh, yes, that's no problem. At 1:50, and there's another at 4. When would you like to go? Are you going coach or first class? All right, let me see. Yes, we have a seat on that plane. Now, do you want a one-way or round-trip ticket? Very well. How do you wish to pay? Now, do you have any luggage to check through? All right. I'll attach your luggage checks to your ticket folder. You'll get a seat assignment at the gate. Please be there 15 minutes before departure. That will be gate 7.
At the gate.
What is your final destination? And you want to stop over in Denver, is that correct? All right. And you'll need a seat assignment. Do you prefer a window or an aisle seat? And would you like to be in the smoking or non-smoking section? Very well. You have seat 9B. Please show this boarding pass to the stewardess. Have a nice flight. 7. Forming questions. Speaker A, form one or more questions based on the statement of fact. Speaker B, reply in terms of the statement of fact.
Statement of fact. 1. Tom said he came by bus yesterday. 2. Helen said she wanted to leave tomorrow by plane. 3. They said they left Chicago last Tuesday by car. 4. Mary told me she'd been working in an office. 5. He said he hadn't bought his airplane ticket yet.
Examples for number 1.
1. Did Tom say how he came?
Yes, he said he came by bus.
Did he say he came by bus?
Yes, he did.
Did he say when he came?
Yes, he said he came yesterday.
Did he say why he came?
No, he didn't.
What did Tom say?
He said he came yesterday.
When did Tom come?
He said he came yesterday.
How did he come?
He came by bus.
Did he come to visit Jane?
I don't know, he didn't say. 8. Questions to answer. Answer these questions.
1. How do you get to work?
2. How long have you been studying English?
3. Do you think you can improve your English by listening to English radio programs?
4. How many cities have you lived in during your life?
5. Has it rained this week?
6. How many times has it rained in the last month?
7. Had you ever studied a foreign language before you studied English?
8. Why have you been studying English?
9. Have you ever taken an airplane trip?
10. If you want to buy something in another city, do you order it by letter or by phone?
End of Lesson 7.